So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by clicking on the PayPal link in the description box, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Also, leave us a thumbs up. It helps us get more views.
But just remember, ladies and gentlemen, that Hillary and all of her corruption, all of her Russia and China dealings and missile secrets and North Korean reactors and stealing the money from the Haitian children, on and on and on. Remember all the crimes, the illegal servers, the dead staffers, the fixing the debates, the fixing the polls, all of it, the legions of crimes. But now, Mueller, the man of wholesomeness, the good person that stood by and covered it all up, he's trying to crucify this president because this president's a patriot and is standing against Orthodox Islam. Well, Mueller has impaneled in the District of Columbia, the district run by Debbie Wasserman Schultz, where she threatens the police chief to cover up all the IT fraud from India and the people trying to flee justice. Yes, that same District of Columbia, completely run by the swamp. The District of Columbia swamp rat team. If the grand jury had a baseball team, its mascot would be a crocodile, an alligator, a Bigfoot, a large obese swamp rat, led by people like H.R. McMaster. But now Mueller probing collusion, obstruction, financial crimes. We knew this was coming because there was never any Russia collusion, but now the entire Trump family, the entire Trump entourage, the entire Trump company, and the entire Trump campaign. Can we find a bounce check? Can we find somebody we think might have said something wrong to an FBI dragnet? We always told you it wouldn't be Russia because there was nothing there except Trump Jr. trying to find corruption on Hillary, which is like trying to find a blade of grass in the middle of a giant prairie. It's everywhere. It's like trying to find water at the seaside. Mueller probing collusion, obstruction, financial crimes. That's right. But you know what, swamp creatures? You can run, but you can't hide because you get more and more governors, more and more state house members, more and more members of Congress switching to Republican. And they're not switching to Rhino. They're not switching to neocon, as the neocons hold on for dear life along with the Democrats. No, they're switching to libertarian Rand Paul, Donald Trump style. And you are so scared. And the big cherry on top we learn from the Daily Caller and Breitbart News as well, H.R. McMaster fired National Security Council official for pinning memo on globalist. They go back and they data mine it, and they find out, oh, you wrote an article how globalism's allied with Islam. It's publicly allied, so is the Vatican. And then, oh, we can't have you here. You're fired. And that ties in with this new article from Jack Posobiec's going to be joining us later. White House to staffers, if you like InfoWars or Milo, you're fired. That's the new litmus test, that if you share any InfoWars articles, you're fired. And I guess if you write memos and write articles for Breitbart, you're fired too. McMaster is definitely a bootlicker of the globalist. Trump, after Flynn left, tried to get 5 other people to sign on, and they wouldn't. And he finally got McMaster. And Trump's one blind spot is he really respects generals because he respects veterans, which is great. But they can be political too. Look at Benedict Arnold. So McMaster is in there with the trifecta, Mattis, and, of course, the other usual suspect, Kelly. And they are supposedly protecting the president by protecting him from the American people and himself and what we put him in office for and what's sweeping the nation. But here's the good news. This desperate fight for their lives politically is just that, a fight for their lives. Because people now know the UN was set up by the Rockefellers. They now know about world government. They now understand the stakes. And they now understand that they are wanting to kill free market and absolutely enslave us. That they see themselves as elites over us and our families and the whole deep state, panopticon, high-tech AI spy grid. And they know that their time is running short because what they've established is totally unelected, totally authoritarian, and deeply allied with Orthodox radical Wahhabist Islam. And Trump has rolled back their Arab Spring. Trump has rolled back their Christian-killing failed state extravaganza, their jihad with his own Americana culture, but also military crusade, not to take the Middle East, but to simply roll back the Islamicists turn loose on the non-radical Muslim and Christian areas of that area of the world. And meanwhile, Debbie Wasserman Schultz says she doesn't regret standing by her arrested IT staffer and trying to cover up whatever's on those laptops. So no wonder they're so desperate in the district of criminals, in the district of the swamp things, deep in the swamp. Mueller, desperate, is there snooping about for the perfect Democratic Party grand jury that could indict a ham sandwich, and are now preparing to come out with all their fake charges. All their fake charges. All their fake hoaxes to then prepare the Congress for the impeachment. And to say to the House, look, this grand jury found this, and because a president is above the law except for Congress moving with impeachment, we demand you move forward after we found some campaign impropriety or some finance information or something they can twist to sell the public that sort of a fraud happened, as if we don't remember the entire gigantor witch hunt was supposedly the entire time about Russia. But as that evaporates, as that hoax trails away, now it moves to collusion, obstruction, financial crimes. But just remember, ladies and gentlemen, that Hillary and all of her corruption, all of her Russia and China dealings and missile secrets and North Korean reactors and stealing the money from the Haitian children, on and on and on. Remember all the crimes, the illegal servers, the dead staffers, the fixing the debates, the fixing the polls, all of it, the legions of crimes. But now, Mueller, the man of wholesomeness, the good person that stood by and covered it all up, he's trying to crucify this president because this president's a patriot and is standing against Orthodox Islam.
If you're interested to learn how to create content and spread content, we'll show you how. Go to the Operation How YouTube channel, click on the About button, and then click Message. Send us an email. If you want to engage, become an info warrior, we will train you up.
If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon below the video to get notified when the latest new content drops.
Keep us in your prayers. We get a lot of resistance for putting